Hello and welcome back to Capsule Closet Stylist with me, Michelle Barrett. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Now, a question I get asked quite a bit is how to determine your body shape. So I thought I would do a video which kind of loosely describes how you can determine your body shape. Although I will say, even though I put all this information out, I still find that people quite often get it wrong, or they get a bit confused because they watch different videos, or they do these like AI generated, put this measurement in and put this in, and oh, you're this, and oh, you're that. So I'd say proceed with caution. If you need help determining your body shape and what cuts and styles will suit your body shape, by all means book a free consultation with me. I'll put the link below. So the first thing that you want to do when you're considering your body type is your height. Now, this does have a factor, male or female, on what your body type is. It also has a factor in determining what types of styles and cuts suit you as well. Now, as a kind of general rule, around 5'2", 5'3" for women is considered normal, whatever normal is. I'm actually 5'3", so I'm right on the cusp of this. And anything under is considered petite. So that gives you kind of idea of where you might put your scale. So yes, the first thing I want you to do is measure your height. Now, really the only way that you can do this is to get someone else to do it. So use a tape measure, place your back of your heels up against the door and get somebody to measure, hopefully your head flat, your back straight, get someone to measure from the top of your head straight down to the floor, and you'll be able to determine what height you are. Now, step number 2 for determining your body shape for women. By the way, if you are watching this and you are a man, I am going to be having a video for you too to determine your body shape, because it's equally as important. So the next step I want you to do in determining your body shape is to measure your bust. Now, the way in which you do that is to you measure flat, try and wear not too much underneath, so maybe just your bra. Measure around 2 inches below your armpit, around the fullest part of your bust, the fullest part, so the widest part of your bust. Make sure that the tape measure is flat against your body and it's not kind of wrapped around in any way, and don't pull it tight so it's digging in. You don't want it digging in, you want it to just sit over your actual bust measurement. That is the first measurement that I want you to take note of. So now we know our height and we also know our bust measurement. Step number 3, now we're going to measure our waist. Now, the place that you measure your waist from is around your belly button area. So that is around where your waist should be. So look where your belly button is, your tummy button, and take your tape measure. I wouldn't have any clothes, definitely don't wear anything bulky like a jumper or something, and measure yourself over the top of that. Again, make sure that the tape measure is flat. Measure it around, don't pull it in tight, relax your breathing. Now, the reason why I say this is if you're holding your breath in to get that measurement because you want it to be a bit smaller, you're then going to be holding yourself in for the whole time, because the clothes that you're going to buy won't work for you because you're kind of not measuring it correctly. So just relax, please, just relax. You know, have a lovely cup of chamomile tea or something before you take the measurement. So measure around your waist, around the level where your tummy button is, and have the tape measure flat and take that measurement. So we've now got 3. We've got height, bust and waist. Step number 4, I want you to measure your hips. Now, very similar to the bust measurement, you want to measure around the fullest part of your hip. Now, people often think their hips are the bony bits that jut out of the top, and they are, you know, they're the hip bones. But when we're measuring the hip, you want to measure a bit further down, kind of at where the fullest part of your bottom is. So the bit where your bottom sticks out the most. If you need help with this and you're not sure where it is, stand next to a full length mirror, stand side on and pull that tape measure around so it sits again nice and flush, flat to your body. Make sure it's not twisted, and take that measurement as well around the fullest part of your bottom, including your hips. Again, don't take it in tight, because you're not going to get an accurate measurement if you do that. You may skew what body measurement you are. So that's number 4. So we've got height, bust, waist and hip. Now you should have all the basic measurements you need to determine what body type you are. Now there are many more body types than the standard kind of, which sometimes isn't called triangle, inverted triangle, or rectangle, or sometimes it's called pear, bell, apple, lots of different names for it, but essentially it kind of means the same thing. From those measurements, you should now loosely be able to determine what body type you are. Now, what I will say is, from experience, a lot of people fall between 2 categories. If you need help with that, absolutely book a consultation with me and I can talk to you about how I can help you, because I've got several ways in which I make sure that when I'm analysing somebody, wherever you are on the planet, I can make it work. So, yeah, so look at all 12 body types, and these are, when I say the 12, the ones that I tend to work from are the kind of named apple, pear, those kind of things, rather than the triangle, inverted triangle, because they tend to be more limited. And much like colour, when I've talked about colour and colour analysis before, people don't fall into like 4 or 6 categories. They just don't. So you probably don't too. You probably fall slightly towards one and then massively towards another, or right in the middle. Sometimes people fall right in the middle. So yeah, so now you've got your height, bust, waist and hip measurement. You should be able to have an idea now of what type of body shape you are, but look at all 12 of them. If you need help on that, by all means, look on my website. There is a post about body types, and I've also got a little ebook as well. So the next thing you want to do when determining your body shape is learn all about balance. Now, the whole point of knowing your body type is to then know what types of cuts and styles suit that body type to create balance. Essentially what you're trying to do is, where you're heavier, so let's say you're heavier around the bottom and the hips, what you want to do is create balance here. So you want to have detailing here, you maybe want puffy sleeves, because then it creates that hourglass and it kind of balances out that bottom half. What you don't want to do is add hip pockets, if you're particularly hippie. You don't want to add anything with a shiny material or a very thick, like, you know, knitted material or something like that. So it's about creating balance. So wherever you are heaviest, add the bulk to the opposite end of your body, and wherever you are lightest, add the bulk there, and, you know, and obviously have lighter materials in that as well. So it's all about balance, and it's about drawing the eye away from an area, if you are conscious about it, towards another area. And you can do that with detailing, you can do it with jewellery, you can do it with patterns, you can do it with a whole variety of things. Next, I'm going to say learn about colours. Now, again, part of my body shape style guide, I also do a colour analysis as well. It's really good to learn about what colours work for you, but when you're talking about body shapes, it also works really well as well. As a very, very general rule, go darker on areas you're conscious about and that are bigger, and go lighter on areas that you're happier with, lighter and brighter, essentially. So that's how you use colour to balance out your body type. In addition to colour and working out your body type and what you're going to wear, one of the other things that you really want to think about is fabric. Now, if you have a really, really clingy jersey fabric, you probably don't want to have that on an area that you're really conscious about. But by the same token, don't drown it in really thick, heavy, like jersey or knitwear or something, because maybe you've got a bit of a tummy that you're conscious of. Just skim that area rather than actually drown it out. Another top tip is use shiny fabrics, or avoid shiny fabrics like satins and maybe velour and other kind of fabrics that pick up the light, maybe faux leathers that pick up the light on areas you are really conscious about, because that will draw attention to that area. And also the way the light hits those fabrics, it emphasizes those shapes. So if it's an area you are happy with, absolutely go for all that shine, because it will emphasize it all, and it'll also draw the eye towards it. Tend to use darker, matter colors, like I said earlier, so matte fabrics on areas where you are more conscious, and brighter, shinier, patterned fabrics, let's say, on areas you are happy with. And if you are looking to kind of create that balance again, adding detail like frills in fabrics and things like that will also make a difference. And in addition, you want to think about the thickness of the fabric. So obviously don't add more bulk where there is bulk. Next up, you want to think about the detail. So one of the things that I've mentioned already, knowing your body type and how to dress for it, is all about creating balance. Now, the way that in which you do that is you're trying to draw the eye away from areas you're not so happy with and draw it to areas you are. Now, a really good way of doing that is if, let's say, you've got a tiny little waist, but you've got maybe you're quite hippie, then like you could have a slight puff on your sleeves, or even like a flute sleeved, or some kind of sleeve that just adds a little bit of something here. Or it could be you've got a really interesting wide neck collar, or jewelry, or a hat, or think about the details. So put the details where you want people to look. Essentially, put them where you want them to look. Where you don't want people to look, or you're conscious of, and I'm not saying you are, by the way, but if you are, put the detail somewhere else. Put that. It could be that you put a really bright pair of shoes on, or a hat, or like I say, jewelry. So think about the detail. It could be around the cuffs, you know. Think about the detail, where you can put the detail as well. And finally, last but not least, get professional help if you still need it. If you're looking at this video and you're like, that's great ideas, Michelle, but I'm still overwhelmed by this, I don't want to do it all. I go into a shop. In fact, actually, when I go into shops, it feels like landfill. I just find it almost overwhelming. Now I buy the vast majority of my clothes pre-loved, and I go in and it just feels, it's so much stuff. So even for me, where I can go in like having a radar and go like that and pull it out, it feels like so much stuff. So I can imagine if it's something you're learning to do, it does feel overwhelming. Book a consultation with me. I'd love to chat to you. I'd love to see your face. You know, I do these videos. I don't know who's watching. So yeah, I'll put the details in the link below. And if you're a man, you've been watching this video, look out, because I have got a video coming for you guys as well on how you can determine your body shape and what you can do to best enhance your features too. So I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it, please subscribe, leave me a comment below, tell your friends, tell the postman when he turns up, although he might not be interested. Depends what body shape he is, doesn't it? So yeah, leave me a comment below, let me know what you think and what you'd like to see, because I do listen to those comments and I do make notes for future videos based on those comments. Have a wonderful week where you are, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.